do multiple things at once. We're going to finish up some reads today for those people that are on my list. And I am also going to be adding a couple of new things, hopefully, maybe if Linda will not be lending. As you guys may or may not know, I will be traveling over the next couple of days. And I have a long time in the car. A long time in the car. So I haven't done these, well, I haven't done these types of readings since the last time I traveled. Of course, because I haven't been traveling for a while. There we go. So there's a new link on my link tree that is travel philosophy and readings. A lot of people have been reaching out lately for appointments about dream interpretations, spell work, about just all kinds of things. And right now, since I'm not doing personal appointments, but I do have a lot of travel time coming up, this is the next best thing. This gives me the opportunity to help you while I'm driving and doing nothing. I would rather be helping y'all while I'm in the car. Plus, being in the car is my time to really brain all the things. So I have a 17-hour drive over the next 2 days. That's before I stop to pee all the time. There are a limited amount of openings for these readings. There are some mediumship readings. There are also some whatever you need readings. Now, these are not card readings, okay? Because obviously I can't shuffle cards while I'm driving. But I've had it's weird how many of you guys have had reach out about dream interpretations and about help designing certain spells and so on. This is it. I got you. So those are up. Like I said, there's a very limited number of them. What is up, Misty Down? There's a limited number of them. I will be doing these on the way home as well on the 29th and 30th. But yeah, and if you guys have not gotten tickets for the live stream for this coming weekend, you should do so. You should do so. I am really excited. And I got my nails done yesterday with specific rune work on them, just because on Saturday, so on Friday night, we're going to talk just a tad. On Friday night, I will be at the Doss house, and I'll be doing a live investigation there. I'm going to take y'all up into the crawl space. Sass has already said she's not going. She's not going to the crawl space. And she's not going in the basement. Oh, bitches, we're going in the basement. I'm just saying, we're going in the basement. That is where, if you guys have watched any of the High Beam hauntings, then you saw that that's where we caught the full apparition of the little girl in the basement. Oh, I'm excited. But the reason I got specific rune work on my nails, and also under the glitter nails, see the reason that they look weird? There are powdered stones underneath the glitter. I'm not going to tell you which ones because bitches be bitches. But where I'm going on Saturday is the old stone jail. I have never been there before. However, an investigative team that I know very well was there this last week. And my name came up 12 times. 12 times during their investigation. I have never been to this place. And that, it doesn't bother me, but I'm like, why is my name in your ghosty mouth? You know, like, why is my name in your ghosty mouths? 12 times. Once, coincidence. 12 times, what you want. The other thing that's this is the part that does make me a little nervous. They have opened up the gallows for people to go and investigate. This is not something that's been open for investigating before. I'm really excited about it, but that's a lot of anger. Think about that. That's a lot of anger that's underneath a gallows. So I'm excited about that, but protection. I also have it on my toes as well, so I'm walking in it. I do have a video that I will be posting on my main account and on the YouTubes to show you guys kind of how to have your nail tech do this, especially if you are going two places that have a notorious history. Because I know sometimes people are like, oh no, I forgot to ward my shoes or my feet or whatever. So just get it done on your tootsies. Just go have a little pedicure, go get spoiled it, and then you know your feetses are good and pretty for the summer, and you have protection right there. Bam. See? Pretty easy, right? So that being said, there are some travel readings up. There are still some tickets for today. I'm going to start with the ones I didn't get finished last night. I'm going to be reading most of the day today, just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. Oh my gosh, Linda, please don't be. I can't with Linda. I can't with Linda. I can't with her. Linda. All right. We're going to start off with Rachael B. Misty, are you on a timer? Do you have another live stream coming up? If so, I will throw you in the mix early. So some things that people don't understand is when you're a creator and you schedule a live stream, like they really hold you to that. And if you're late, if you don't show, like you get in trouble for that shit. All right, then. You see that dance off my fucking thumb? Okay. Rachael, you feel like there's a message for you. Apparently, because that one literally danced right in here around my thumbnail. Bam. All right, Miss Rachael, you ready? So you have Thanatos, which is completion, support, and expediency. Mechanic coming. Okay. All right. Then you have overcome fear. Then you had two cards come out together. The top one is passion. The bottom one, the one underneath that, is knowledge. Okay. And then you have good luck. Well, that is very interesting. Because at the end you have Abaddon, which is pestilence, malice, and corruption. I 100% agree that you felt like there was a message for you. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about this overcome fear and this completion. Actually, it's not the completion, it's the expediency that we're going to talk about. Overcoming fear and expediency. One of the things that I feel like I need to mention is that when the universe, spirit, whatever you call it, decides that you're done with something, you're done with something. I feel like there is a healthy dose of fear inside you, and this is not so much just fear of the unknown. This is not so much just fear of taking the next step. This is like an interesting fear. I would not be surprised if this has to do with a new gift that has popped up in seeing entities. I'm just going to say that is seeing entities. If this is, okay, let me just say this. I feel like this whole line right here is that you know you're supposed to be doing something else. The universe has been showing you that. But to be honest, I feel like somebody has done a binding on you. I do. And I feel like this binding, whatever I hate telling people this. I feel like whatever this binding is, when something good happens, they're siphoning it off. So you push forward, you get like a raise at your job. And then all of the excitement that you get from that, they're fucking siphoning it off. So this is like a different kind of binding, if that makes sense. It's not a binding in that you can't do anything. It's a binding in No tolerance. No tolerance. Just so you guys know, if you are on one of the live streams watching this, we have no tolerance in here. If you want to preach, I'm not going to stop you, but you're not going to do it here, because I don't come into your live streams and preach. I don't come into your live streams, push myself. I don't come into your live streams or on your videos and tell you that I feel like you are wrong for whatever. I'm not going to tolerate it. Just because this is my backup account on TikTok doesn't mean that I'm going to tolerate that kind of flub. I'm sorry. You can take that junk and you can go throw it where the bulls poop. That's exactly how I feel about your ideals of things, especially when you believe in a multi-level marketing scam for the history books. I'm just saying. Have a fantastical day. So, Rachel, I feel like whoever this is has done a binding on you. So bindings come in all sorts of different shapes, sizes, colors, etc., right? We think of bindings as binding someone from doing something. But you can be bound from going somewhere. You can be bound from succeeding. You can be spellbound, meaning that you suddenly can't cast spells anymore, etc. You also can be bound in a way that the binder siphons off your energy. It's very, very dirty, dirty shit. It is. It is not ethical. Even in black magic, it's unethical. Like, it's that kind of level of shit. I think that whoever did this didn't really know what they were doing. Because if they really knew what they were doing, this wouldn't show up. Like, there might be a little thing that says, like, oh, yeah, somebody did some shit, right? Right? Like, most people are going to see, I don't know what's going on, but somebody did some shit. Just do a cleanse, right? But the cleanse is not going to take care of all of it. It's going to quiet it for a little bit, and then it's going to come back. So you're going to wonder, like, what the heck? I'm doing all these cleansing things, but all this stuff is coming back. This is some really, really dirty shit. Because I feel like they didn't really know what they're doing, because you're having like all these successes, you're having these new gifts pop up, like they're boosting your luck so they can siphon it. However, you're growing at an exponential rate and it's overwhelming them. So I'm going to tell you exactly how to figure out who this is. And I'm going to say this, you can handle this on your own, Rachel. You don't need to hire someone to handle this. You can handle this on your own, and I'm going to tell you how. First, take a few days and just kind of look and see who in your life that's close enough to you to know your business, but maybe not close enough to you to know all your business. Look and see whose life, it's not that their life has been falling apart. It's that their life has been overwhelming lately and they've been calling you to vent constantly where they never did this before. They've been calling you to ask for help or whatever, okay? Someone, like sisters are one thing. You and your sister talk all the time. If you haven't talked to your sister in 10 years and suddenly she's calling wanting all this information, red flag. If this is like a coworker or a friend that y'all just chat every now and then, you see each other out and about and so on, and suddenly this person is texting you constantly, wanting to vent, wanting to talk to you about all this shit that's going on, red flag, okay? So make yourself a short list, because it's not going to be a lot of people that are doing this, okay? Make yourself a short list. I guarantee there's probably going to be like 5, right? 4 or 5 people on there. Here's how you narrow it down from there. Let's say there's 5 people. Pick something really, really good that's happening in your life and text only those 5 people. This is a dirty way of finding it out, but this is some dirty bullshit right here. So text all 5 of these people about this great, glorious thing that's happening in your life. Even if you're just like, dude, I feel so powerful today. I had this amazing dream. Something shifted. Like, work's been great. Like, really ramp it up, right? Really ramp it up. Message all 5 of these people and watch their responses. First, watch their response time. The ones that immediately message you back, red flag. If they wait for 2 or 3 days, red flag. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, let me pause and go ahead and address this. This is not a live recording. This is my backup account. For those of you guys that do not follow me on this account, this is my other account. This is my other account. Since TikTok be TikToking, and they want to stick by that ruling, I can't be live on that account till Monday, and things are going to change significantly going forward on that account. So this is my only other account. Notice that it doesn't say the Blue Bodhi, it says Bodhi's Apothecary. So this is it. All right, so message all 5 of these people, right? So let's say that 2 of them, they message you back like when they get off work and they're like, dude, I'm so glad that you feel great, you know? Okay, garner their responses of what it is. Let's say that 2 of them message you back immediately, right? Okay, red flag. And let's say that 1 of them, they will tell on themselves. Look who says, well, I'm glad your life is going so great. Mine is crap. Look who immediately comes out with, well, my life is this and my life is this, and they want to talk about them. Look who immediately says that. And there may be a couple of them, but look who immediately says that. Oh my God, Megan, congratulations. Megan got an offer for a director role. We are so proud of you. Oh my God, I am so proud of you, Megan. I'm glad you found me on my other account to tell us that. For those of you guys that didn't catch the readings this last weekend, Megan had a big interview this week, and we're all so excited for you. We're all so excited. It was only supposed to be for a manager role, and you got a director role. Please tell me you're going to have a little party. Please tell me you're going to have a little party. We're all celebrating with you. Please tell me you're going to have a little party. At least buy yourself an amazing cookie. I'm yelling again. I'm sorry. At least buy yourself like a crazy good cookie and some flowers. Girl, come. Margaritas tonight. Yeah, 100%. Congratulations, my friend. That is so fantastical. That is so fantastical. We're all like, yeah, look, everybody's cheering for you. All right, so, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I know that you're on like cloud 15 right now. Like, you are way past cloud 9, right? I love that. I love that. I love that. We're all so proud of you. I'm proud of you. Everybody in the live is proud of you. Like, cloud 1,000. I mean, yeah, 10,000. 100%. I know that you were expecting to get a job offer, but you weren't expecting that, were you? I mean, sometimes things work exactly how they're supposed to work. I'm just saying what I'm saying. Man, now my cheeks hurt already from smiling for you. Did you like scream as soon as you got off the phone or got in your car? Did you let out a big whoop? I would have let a full Ric Flair. I can't wait to get to the new building this next week, because I have not had a good place that did a good echo, a Ric Flair echo. So I So excited to be able to like, woo, in a place that echoes really loud. And just saying. I'll woo for you in the new place too. Okay, Rachel. So, Rachel, let me refocus. That was awesome. Thank you for coming in and telling us that. Thank you for telling us that. So, you want to pay attention to the person or persons, hey, Miss Joy, that immediately say, oh, well, I'm glad your life is good. And they downplay your happiness. They downplay your achievement or whatever. Those are the ones you need to keep your eye on. It won't be all 5 of them. Okay. Like, let's say, like I said, with that short list, you have 5 on that short list. It won't be all 5 of them. It'll be maybe 2, but there will be 1, but it might be 2. But here's the thing. It won't be hard from there, because once you know, let's say you get 2 people that message you back like that, you know, well, I'm so glad that, you know, blah, blah, blah. They message you like that. Then sit back and go through the text messages with this person. Go through things that have happened with this person, because it's going to be very easy to see when something really good has happened in your life, that suddenly something horrible happens for them. Or like, let's say you got a raise. And then you told them and they were like, oh, well, I just had car problems and, you know, it's going to cost me like $500. And then suddenly you get hit with a $500 bill, or like an electric bill or something out of the norm, and they suddenly get a windfall. Look at things like that. Like, this is not very well thought out. This is not a very well placed binding. And so it's going to be very, very easy for you to see exactly who it is that's done this against you. And once you find out exactly who it is, like, literally play inspector, like, you know, go back and look and see when horrible things have happened in your life, what good has happened with them. Do you see what I mean? It's very easy to see. It's very easy to see. Once you know who it is, then all you need to do is a targeted return to sender working. That's it. That's it. I don't recommend a cord cutting, and here's why. Because technically there's not a cord with this person. It's a binding, and that's a lot different. I see, I've come across on social media people that are trying to erase bindings with cord cuttings, and that's not, it won't work. It won't work. It won't work. A targeted return to sender. Let's say that you realize that it is Sue over there, right? A targeted return to sender for Sue. What I do recommend, however, is to do this in a candle with the glass, like a vigil candle, right? Because you don't want to read the wax with this. Plausible deniability. You don't want to read the wax with this. You want to do it in a vigil candle. I would say a black would be good if you can find one, but a plain white is going to be just as good. Put their name on the bottom of it, because that is going back to them. Write all over the side of that glass. Write all over the side of that bitch. Okay? Once all of that has burnt down, let it burn as far down as it'll go. Then you need to make a spell jar out of that. It takes a little bit more ingredients. It takes a little bit more stuff, but you need to make a spell jar out of that. So, and this is something I was planning to do a video about anyway, because I saw somebody ask the other day. What's left of wax after a candle working is called a trophy. Okay. So let's say that you do a candle working and there's a little bit of wax left. That is a trophy from that working. What you do with it depends on what the working is. So you have the glass. There's always going to be a little bit of wax left in the bottom, or the metal piece that the wick is attached to on the glass. That's your trophy. So then you're going to make a spell jar in here. So all of this burns down. Maybe there's like a smidge of wax left. This whole entire thing is now going to become a spell jar. This is the trophy that's left from this working, right? So you're going to layer in some herbs, some nasty things, some nails, some broken glass, like whatever it is you want to do, right? The top is a little trickier. Here's what I personally do. I will drip some wax on the outside and then put foil on it. And I put the foil shiny side in. I need to do I'll do a video. Shiny side in, okay? And then, because this is a binding that you're getting rid of, you're gonna bind this bitch up with cord, period. Bind it all the way up. Y'all, don't be throwing these away. These become amazing spell jars. I'm just saying. These become amazing spell jars. Yeah, let me do a video because I have more than a few downstairs. So you can basically take this working that this person did. I don't want to say she because we don't know it's a she, but it's probably a she. You're going to take the working that this person did and you're going to turn it against them. But like I said, this has to be a vigil candle because plausible deniability. Plausible deniability is a thing in witchcraft just like in real life. Because here's the thing, Rachel, I think that this is going to continue to be a cycle. It's going to continue to be a cycle. Every time something good happens to you, they're going to siphon it off. Every time anything happens to you, they're going to siphon it off. They're going to take the energy from it. So when somebody does a binding like this, they're not only preying on the good, but and I want you guys to think about this, when you have extreme anger or sadness or anything like that, that's a lot of emotion as well. They're siphoning that. I'm just saying. So I hope that helped, Rachel. And now I see why the universe is on your side with this too. This is the one that danced across my thumb before it fell out, is the good luck card. So the universe is on your side with this too. I have a feeling that once you realize who this is, you'll see that they've been telling you that it was them for a while. For a while. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'll do a video. In fact, I'll try to make a point of doing one tonight before I go to bed. Yeah, I'll make a point of doing one tonight before I go to bed. Y'all are wasting so many good things. Y'all are wasting so many good things. Thank you, Sunny. You're wasting so many good things. All right, let's see here. Lee Berryman is next. And this is on my list from this weekend. So Lee has an energy reading. Okay. Oh, Lee has a wall up. Lee has a wall up. And I feel like it's justified. I feel like it's justified. And it's this gorgeous, like, circle concrete wall. What I'm going to say is this, Lee. I'm going to read for you, but I want to talk about this wall because the reason that you have it up, I think that your spidey senses have been tingling and that's why you have this wall up. The first thing I'm going to say is this. You still got to close it at the top. An energetic wall still has to have closing at the top and the bottom. Okay? Just keep that in mind. When y'all put a wall up against somebody, you have to put the top on it too. You have to put the top on it too. And the bottom. You need to have a box or a cylinder or whatever, not just a wall. because there's too many people out there teaching people how to siphon someone's energy, how to get over these energetic walls. There's too many people out there doing this. I have one little tiny hair on the back of my neck and it keeps tickling me. So I'm like, ha. There are too many unscrupulous, unpracticed practitioners that are teaching stuff that they know nothing about. So, but inside of all of that, Lee, your energy is this really gorgeous, dark blue, like almost blue velvet. It's like it literally looks like velvet. You know, like blue crushed velvet where you turn it different colors and sometimes it looks blue and sometimes it looks black. Like it's that color. So what that tells me is that you're in extreme protective mode right now. You are really paying attention to your own goals, to where you are going, your own abilities. Like you're paying attention to Lee. Lee is paying attention to Lee. And I think that that is 100% justified. Whatever this wall is, 100% justified. The blue aspect, because that was talking about kind of the black aspect. Black is elegance and it's personal power. So let's talk about the blue, because this is like that gorgeous kind of cobalty metallic blue that y'all all know what crushed blue velvet looks like. But this is protection for you, for your family, for the people that you love, etc. I would not be surprised to know if you either have not had a string of bad things happen, if you've had a lot of sickness around you, or the combination of the two. Like it's just, you're on high alert and that's why you've got all of the defenses up. The blue is also very interesting because that cobalty color is really connected out to several other people around you. And these are people that you feel need your protection, that you love, that you want to make sure that they're good, right? You are sending out a lot of protection to these people. Just don't overextend yourself, okay? That wall is gorgeous. This gorgeous. This square of energy is also solid and compact and fantastic. Give yourself credit for that. So let me say that. Give yourself credit for that. Make sure that you're closing in the top and the bottom. You can still send your energy out, but make sure you're closing the top and the bottom. But I want to reiterate again, not to overextend yourself. Because if you overextend yourself with your energy and how many people you can protect and so on, sending love is one thing. We all have an overabundance of love. That's one thing. But when it comes to sending protection and energy, you can overextend yourself. If you have not been working on your own energy for years, it's going to be hard for you to send out a ton, okay? Send out the person that is the most important. And I hate to say that because then everybody's like, well, how do I choose? You know. Let's say you have 2 kids and a spouse. Those are your most important people, correct? Correct? Let's say that it's just you and it's just your mom and dad, that you're an only child. Those are your most important people, correct? Do you see what I'm saying? You can send love to everybody and you can send like that tie to anybody you want. But protection wise, you have to be working on your own energy and allowing yourself to grow in that kind of energy before you're able to send out 10, 20 people or whatever. Like I don't even send out that many, A, because I've learned not to the hard way, but B, I've been working on my own energy for decades at this point and working in energy work and so on for so long that I realize I cannot protect everybody, and that sucks. For a protector, for someone that one of their main talents is protection, it fucking sucks to know that you can't protect everybody. It's dumb and I hate it. Like, I feel like that should go with the territory, you know? If I'm a healer, I should be able to heal everybody. If I'm a protector, I should be able to protect everybody. But it's not, and it's stupid. We're just gonna call it what it is, stupid. But anyway, Lee, make sure you put a top on that. and make sure that you're paying very close attention to your own energy and not sending too much out. Okay? Joy Spurlock is my next one. So I have Joy, I have Elaine, Johnny, Marenda. And then we'll get back on today's list. These are from the other day. I'm just finishing them all up. All right. Joy is an energy read as well. Oh, Joy is like two of my favorite colors. You're like purple and green. Oh, you're learning healing. You're either learning it or you're considering learning it. And if you're considering learning it, 100% do it. You have this gorgeous, like bright green that comes up and this purple kind of fades down into it like this. You are so stinking spiritually connected right now, Joy. If you aren't learning healing or already doing healing, oh my God, do it now. Do it now. This is your sign. Do it now. Do it now. Because that green coming up, it's gorgeous. It's kind of at an angle, like they meet kind of at an angle, but this green is like just phenomenal emerald green. I also feel like I was fixing to talk about what that color means and so on, but I also feel like this is a shift. This is a shift. Either you had a really nasty health issue last year or there was someone super close to you that did. And so you're looking for other avenues to be able to heal them. So here's what I'm going to say, Joy. First, look at healing modalities. You know, Reiki. Reiki is always going to help. Always, 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 always. Reiki. Look at things like moxibustion. Look at things like acupressure, not acupuncture. Look at herbalism. Look at pranic healing. Look at sound healing. Look at all the things, okay? Because this is like a super bright emerald green. The universe is like, yes, this is what you should do. Yes, this is what you should do. And then you have this purple that comes down into it. And this purple, it starts off as like, it's a little lighter up here, but it gets darker as it comes this way. And it's this gorgeous royal purple, which tells me that this is why I feel like it's you that had the health issue. Because you're super fucking connected. This is why you haven't wanted to people lately. I'm just going to say that. You haven't wanted to people lately. A lot of times when we go through this connection like this, we don't want to people because we don't want to feel their shit. we don't want to deal with it. So I'm going to say this too. Be really careful going into places that are like concrete, steel, you know, where like no energy can really get in and out. It just bounces all around in there like that. This is one of the reasons why I dislike going to Walmart. I like picking out my own shit because I've gotten some really gross produce lately. People just grabbing the first thing. I think some people do it on purpose. They grab the worst produce on purpose. I can always tell when someone that likes to cook has picked my groceries out for me because I'm like, ooh, that's a great zucchini. You know, like I'm like, oh, those are the perfect tomatoes. But I digress. Joy. Be careful in places that are going to like put your energy in a bubble, in a box like that. And if you do have to go in for a while, the one thing I do like about like most Walmarts and a lot of grocery stores, they have skylights in them. So that helps. Okay. But that's right. Athena said, that's so irritating. I'm like, would you like a hug for yourself? You're not wrong. So that's what I'm going to recommend, Joy. Your energy is so bright right now that there's also going to be people that are jealous of that, just so you know. When your energy gets really bright, you get people that want to be right around you, and then you get the people that are like, and they're jealous because they're bitches. Because they're bitches. Bitches be bitches, and witches be witches, and it is what it is. Just keep that in mind. I was sitting here thinking, like, I haven't had a lot of caffeine today. So why am I on like this crazy energy high? And I think it's because I haven't got to go in a long time. I haven't got to travel in a long time. So like, what, April? was the last time. April was the last time. It's been like almost 2 months. And I'm so fucking excited. Even though I know that like a 17-hour drive is a long thing, I'm so excited to go. I'm so excited to go. All right. Okay. Elaine. Oh, Elaine's like a golden girl. Okay. So I want to say this before I say the other part. You need to work on balancing out the divine feminine right now. And I'm going to tell you why. When I said you were a golden girl, I'm not lying. Your energy is like this silver white to only about here, and then the rest of it's gold. The rest of it's gold. So that tells me that you've had to be like the adult in every situation for too long, but it also tells me that you're hardcore working toward goals, manifestations. Like you have a very specific path you've laid out, like red string. I see this red string, like this is where I'm going and no one's stopping me. Please don't stop that. Okay. Please don't stop that. And don't think I'm saying to stop that. But because this is only about here, this is why you feel blocked right now, because the divine feminine, that silver color, the moon energy, that's what really boosts your intuition. Not that the sun energy, the divine masculine, and that golden goal seeking doesn't help. But you need to kind of balance that a little more. I don't mean that you need to knock the gold down. I mean, just let the silver come down a little further. Does that make sense? You can still have the gold up to here and have the silver overlay. There we go. That's the thing. In fact, to be honest, I think I would do it the opposite way, because I feel like you also have that gold up as a shield. So I would advise bringing that silver down and putting it underneath the gold. Does that make sense? Like no one needs to see how connected you are down here. But I think that's why you feel blocked, Elaine. Like you feel like you can't connect as well as you used to. So here's my advice, and you're gonna just hate it. Girl, go sit in the moonlight. Just go sit outside in the moonlight. And even if you guys are like, well, it's not a full moon, I don't give a shit. Go sit in the moonlight. Go sit in the moonlight. Go sit outside at night. I mean, obviously, if it's storming, don't do that. But go sit outside. Go sit outside. Everybody makes it so hard to connect to their intuition and to the divine feminine and the moon. Go sit in the moonlight. Even if it's a new moon, the moon's still there. It's just shadowed behind the earth. It's still there. Go sit in it. That is the easiest ways. That is the easiest way to connect to the moon, to the divine feminine, to your intuition. Same with the sunshine. Why do you think you feel so energized and powerful when you've been out in the sunshine? Because that's the divine masculine. It's gold. It's power. It's manifestation. Like that's why everyone feels so powerful when they get to go outside in the spring and the summer. It's why people get seasonal depression, because you don't really go out as much, right? In the winter. It's cold. It's shitty. You don't want to go out there. It's cold. You don't want to go out there. So yeah. Go outside in the moonlight, Elaine. I know that sounds so terrible, doesn't it? And here's the best thing. If you have somebody that's like, why are you going outside at midnight? Well, my spiritual advisor said, just blame it on me. Blame it on me. I don't care. Blame it on me. Be like this crazy woo-woo lady on TikTok with blonde and blue hair and crazy tattoos told me to go outside in the moonlight. And when they make fun of you, just be like, just be like, I'm just going to do it. What if she's right? Plant that seed. What if she's right? Plant that seed. I'll totally take the hit for that. I'm good, Elaine. You send them my way if they have a problem with it. If they have a problem with it, you send them to me. I got you. Maybe this is also why I felt the need to tell you to put the silver behind the gold so they don't need to know. I'm just saying. All right, Johnny. See, now I want to sing that Angry Johnny song. Y'all remember that from the 90s? How many of y'all remember that from the 90s? How many of y'all now have that in your head and you're like, oh, you're a bitch from that? You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Okay. have like either an eyelash or something poking me right in the eyeball. Okay, Johnny. So you want to know if you're going the right direction. So you have where you are, where you're going, and then 2 cards and 2 cards. So where you are right now, set, which is ambition. This card is interesting because it's a good and a bad. It's short-sightedness, but it's also ambition. So I'm going to say yes. The blanket answer is yes. Okay. Thank you for the dragon head. The blanket answer is yes. We're going to talk about all this stuff. The reason I say that, especially with this card, is because the ambition. You going the right way, you doing things, etc., is much better than sitting on your ass, right? The short-sightedness is what gets me. And so, because there are other ambition cards in this deck. So for that to come out, it tells me that you're not thinking big enough. You're not thinking big enough. So let's see what these say. This is on top. Defense. Okay. And then wisdom. Got you. Remember when I said you're not thinking big enough? The other thing I want to say is this. Seeing that defense card. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing. When you ask if you're doing the right things in life, yes, but don't tell people. Don't tell people. That defense card coming up tells me that you have somebody, or probably multiple somebodies, that is making you question your own goals and abilities and ambitions and so on. And let me say this. Story time. So I grew up with a dad, with parents who encouraged us, right? It's not that they would let us blindly go into something that was going to hurt us. They would be like, just make sure you think about this, just make sure you think about this. And I'm going to give you a good example with the building that I just bought. It needs a lot of work. It is massive. It is 17 hours away from what's left of my family. You know what I mean? And it's on the other side of the country than my son. And so I know, because I really had to think a lot about it before I was like, well, not really. I knew I was going to buy it when I saw it. But I really had to think before I put in the offer, like, how much work do I actually want to do on this place? Because it's a lot. So when I showed my dad the place that I was buying, because my mom's no longer here. So when I showed my dad the place I was buying, he looked at it and his first reaction was, holy crap, this is a big place. I was like, right? I said, and you can't even see the basement in the pictures. And I sent him a video that we took in the basement. And he was like, holy moly. And his next thing he said after saying that's a big place is, that's going to be fantastic. Notice that he didn't say, you 100% should get it. Notice that he didn't say, you don't want to take all that on. That's a lot of work. He said, that's going to be fantastic. So all in one sentence, he made me feel like I was validated. Like, yes, this is a very cool place. And yes, what I'm going to build there is going to be epic, right? And then he said, I don't need to tell you that it needs a lot of work. I said, yeah. Not one time did he say, I think this is a bad idea. Not one time did he say, don't do that. You should find somewhere closer. Not one time did he say anything that was nothing short of encouraging, but also having me think a little bit about things. A lot of people have this victim mentality. And Johnny, I want you to really think about this, especially with where you're going. A lot of people have a victim mentality. There is a reason that they will never be the business owner that they want to be. There is a reason that they will never move across the country or out of the country. There is a reason that they will be in the same place doing the same thing in the next year and the next year and the next year. And there's a reason, because they have a victim mentality. And when somebody shows them let's say that Johnny, let's say that you are going to, you're looking at moving, I don't know, let's just say you're looking at moving to the coast, okay? You live in the middle of the country and you've always wanted to live on the coast, right? Doesn't matter which coast. Maybe you have a house on the East Coast and a house on the West Coast you're looking at, and you just want to know their opinion, right? Which one did they like better? Because you like them both and you're having a problem, but you can only buy one. Somebody that's really on your side and someone that does not have a victim mentality is going to point out the good things about both and then say, okay, well, what do you think are the bad things about both? Like, let's talk about that. Somebody that has a victim mentality is immediately going to point out how far away you are from them and from everybody that you've known, and how you won't have a support team, and like all how alone you're going to be. Then they're going to point out, oh, well, there's hurricanes, or, oh, there's coastal storms, or there's volcanoes or earthquakes. They're going to immediately point out all the bad afterwards. But the first thing they're going to point out is how alone you're going to be. Well, I'll be all the way over here. Your family will be all the way over here. Pay attention to the people that are doing that to you, Johnny. All of that to say, because I hope you see parallels in what I was saying versus the people that are doing this to you. Do you see what I mean? Not everybody needs to know what you're doing, period. Because I don't think that everybody's on your side, Johnny. The wisdom card. Look at the things that you're doing, okay? And step back and look at them in this way. And this can be hard, but you can train yourself to do it, okay? Take a step back and look at the last 5 decisions you've made, from what you decided to eat for lunch to how late you were to work or how on time you know what I mean? Look at the last 5 decisions you made. Did you decide to hit snooze 2 extra times this morning? Did you decide to go have something really, super greasy burger for lunch? Look at the last 5 decisions you've made, but look at them from an outside perspective, okay? Because for us, that greasy hamburger was great and I've been craving one for a while. Like, you're going to rationalize it right that. Well, I didn't get to bed on time and I needed that extra 5 minutes for that snooze. But were they the right decisions to make in that moment? I am never going to tell you not to have the greasy hamburger because it's always the right decision. But did you hit snooze 4 times and you were 20 minutes late to work and you got in trouble? Do you see what I mean? Look at every decision. Start looking at those things, Johnny, the last 5 decisions that you made, and go from there. Looking at things like that and breaking it down into minuscule chunks, it makes it easier for us to gain the wisdom out of those items. Then you have divine guidance and good luck underneath that. Because of course you do. What better to have under divine guidance than good luck? And then you have the ferryman, which is need, focus, and transition. So once again, do I think that you're doing the right things in life? Yes. Do I think that you're going the right way? Yes. You literally have divine guidance and you have transition. Anytime we're in the middle of a transition, anytime we're in the middle of making it to our goals and our hopes and our dreams, we're always going to question, am I really doing the right thing? Am I really doing the right thing? Because that's the universe. But quit telling these certain people about what it is that you're going to do, because I think that they're trying to sabotage your mindset on purpose, Johnny. And that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool. I also want you to notice all of the arms, legs on these cards. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Guys, I don't go live with anybody. Very, very few people. I appreciate the invites, but I do not. Johnny, I think 100% you're going the right way. Trust your gut, my friend. Trust your gut, my friend. Yeah, I have learned the hard way. A, I just don't like doing the dual things or whatever. I just don't. And B, I have learned the hard way. This is my smaller account. And yeah, so we'll just leave it at that I've learned the hard way. All right, Marenda. Love with R. Okay, all right. Trying to draw a card for where you're at, and I keep drawing like 5. Girl. I do like that both of y'all's cards came out together. That's always a good sign. Middle. Okay. Sorry. All right. Since you just said love with R, okay. I have you, I have R, and I have where you are at, both of you, and then what's in the middle. So you have sorrow, lost valor, and serendipity. Oh, you are all up in your feels. You are 100% up in your feels. Before I ever turn these other cards over, my concern, because I felt like, okay, A, I couldn't hardly get a card to draw for you at first. It was too many. And B, I know, it's good, cool. I thought I was going to sneeze. And B, the fact that this card I had to separate from that card really quickly. And then this is a deep in the feels card. This is a deep, deep in the feels card. And then you have learn the truth. So that tells me that there's a red flag and that's why you are asking what you're asking. I had good feelings going into this, Marenda. R is a party person. Because they have Hathor, and Hathor is culture, communication, etc. They're a party person. They like people, they like parties, they like to go out, they like to do the things, they like to... I guarantee they have a fuck ton of people in their phones they probably don't even talk to anymore. And then they have success. Okay. This card is what's in the middle. This card is... And I have a feeling I'm going to end up drawing another card on top of this because these two are so far apart. One is happy, going the right way, success, has all the friends, and so on. There's also bad that goes with that because there's also the possibility for cheating a lot. Then you over here have all the feels and the serendipity and the lost valor and learn the truth. And this is a place of I need firm footing before I move forward with this. There's a reason that you feel the way you feel, and I don't want to discount that at all. But this happens to be the union card. But this happens to be you can't make this shit up. I went to put this card over here, and something went, nope. It's on video. I went, nope, and I put it in the middle. I mean, you can't make this shit up. This is the union card. This is a union card. But I need to know what has to happen before then. Because there's a rift. Cut ties. Okay. That makes sense. Here's what I'm going to say. Marenda. I want you to back up and look at why it is that you're deep in your feels right now. And why you have... Now, I'm not saying, blah, 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 okay, don't think that. But Why is it that you feel you have to learn the truth about something? Why is it that you feel that there's something wrong? Okay? Because that's the feeling I get. You feel like there's something wrong. And is it because your communication styles are different? Because this person over here is like, I don't want to say party person, because I don't think that, I mean, that's it, but it's not it. Like, they love to be around people, and everybody wants to be their friend, and so on and so forth. So they do that. But the success card is what gets me. The other thing I want to point out is that both of you have this diamond shape on your cards, and it's also in the middle on both of these cards. The fact that the union card, somebody's talking about moving those itches. The fact that the union card is in the middle tells me that you should pursue this. The cut ties card tells me that there is something that you need to cut ties with before you attempt to move forward. I would not be surprised if there is something that R needs to cut ties with as well. Whether this is a person, a behavior, a communication pattern, or whatever. R is somebody that loves communication, and you need to look at their communication style. Do they like bombard you with texts and phone calls when they're on their break from work, or do they steadily text kind of throughout the day, you know? And then how is your text style, your communication style? Look at those things. But learn the truth. Look, I would do, and I'm going to tell you this for 2 reasons. I would look at some shadow work when it comes to yourself and why you feel like you have to learn the truth. Why you feel the spidey senses going off, okay? For 2 reasons. 1, maybe there is something that I'm not seeing, but the cards wouldn't be giving you this green flag go ahead if there was something. You need to be fully confident in this, right? You need to be fully confident in this. You need to make sure that you're ready for this relationship. But 2, let's say that you are supposed to be in this relationship with R for 2 years, and then the 2 of you kind of split ways, because that's when your soulmate is coming, okay? By doing this shadow work now and by working on it now, it means that when that other thing happens or anything else that does happen, you're ready to handle that. I hope that makes sense. The union card being in the middle and me saying that I feel like, yes, you should pursue a relationship with this person. Just make sure that you're on solid footing first, and make sure your communication is on solid footing, because like I said, this person over here loves communication. I will tell you though, because of the success card and the Hawthorne card together on R's side over here, they have a very, very strict trajectory. Like, they are headed somewhere very, very awesome. And they're not going to let anything stand in the way of that. So when that conversation comes up, I want you to already know this, and that way you're not going to take it personally. Are you on board? Are you ready to help go along with this? Or are you staying back at the train station? Do you see what I'm saying? You need to start thinking about that, because this person is making moves and doing things. Okay? Aw, I'm so glad. Thank you, Christine. I'm so glad that they came in and wanted to make sure to, you know, promote themselves. Scammy McScammerson. Go take your stank ass somewhere else. I just don't understand. Y'all, I don't understand why these things still work. I don't understand why these things still work. Oh, no. I blocked that one too. If somebody is following you that did not take the time to put in a username, that's a red flag. If somebody is following you they are following thousands of people, but they only have like 70 people, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. I'm sorry. All right. That is everybody on my guest list from the other day. Y'all are getting this Bodhi today. It is, just let it happen. Just let it happen. All right. Who did I end on the other day? I ended on Male. So these are the ones I need to finish up from yesterday. So Jennifer, Kelsey, yes, Kelsey, Kristina, Misty, Dawn, Heather, and Amy H. And my eyeball be twitching because it's dumb. We're just gonna call it out because it's dumb. All right. Are these all energy reads? They are. They are. I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it. All right. Finn. All right. Woo! Jennifer is like brown and blue and green. Okay, like I didn't even have to tap in very much. It was just like, bleh. Not like that, but you know what I mean? It just, yours is interesting. You have a really, now don't take this wrong because I'm going to explain it. You have this really thick paint consistency energy. So like when I tapped in and it was like, bleh, like that. So it's like brown and there's a little, it's almost like there's green and then there's blue and then there's brown over it. So what are you doing? What are you doing? First of all, I am going to get on to you for a minute. Stop telling yourself that you're not powerful, because when I say that you have a paint consistency energy, that means that nothing is getting through that shit. So stop thinking that you're not powerful. Also, the way that these drip on each other, you are so analytical and so detail oriented that you get yourself bound up with shit because you're too worried about everything has to be the exact same width apart and so on. Okay, so story time. Let me say this. Y'all have seen these tattoos on my shoulders, right? And notice that they are not symmetrical. Notice that they are not symmetrical. And I specifically asked my tattoo artist to not make them symmetrical because I have a problem with everything being perfect and everything has to be symmetrical, even though I'm an abstract artist. But I want you to notice, if you just glanced across them, they look pretty symmetrical, right? Right? But like, notice that those are very, very in line and then these are not. Do you know, like there's a big space right here. This has more gray. This, do you see what I mean? Sometimes you have to force yourself to be asymmetrical. But I think that this perfectionist aspect has served you well for so long, but your energy, yourself, the universe, all of this stuff has shifted slightly. So now what was perfect in the past is not perfect now. And I think that's why you have like these layers of energy. Like I can see the green, it's like a layered skirt, right? I can see the green down here and it's like forest green, which tells me that you're still working on, have you, like, I keep wanting to touch my chest. So I'm nodding along like I can see. I don't know if you've been sick lately, if you've had the junk that's gone around or whatever, but I keep feeling like doing this when I'm talking about that green. So I don't know if that's just you still healing, still healing from whatever junk that was. And then you have this blue on top of it. And the blue on top of it doesn't have this. It just has these cute little ruffles. But that's like, it's really funny. I feel like that's a creative aspect, even though creative is usually more of like a purple color. But your blue is like this really, really pretty. I mean, it's like like the bottom color of my hair. Like it's a really, really pretty dark blue. This is a protective aspect. Man, you cut a bunch of people out of your life lately, didn't you? I see you over there. Let's talk about the brown. Because I don't feel like I need to talk about the blue too much on a live stream. But let me just say that, Jen. Let me just say that. Let's talk about the brown. So the brown comes down like this, and it does have these like exactly what you would think of as like paint dripping down, but they're all very, very perfect and symmetrical. But this brown makes me want to go eat chocolate ice cream. But it's like this gorgeous chocolate brown, milk chocolate brown color, which tells me that you are, if I hadn't seen the green and the blue, I would say, hey, maybe don't overground yourself. But I feel like it's justified. I feel like it's justified. Ground away. Because this is this gorgeous, rich, thick tapestry of brown. You're getting back to you. Like, that's why I said I don't want to talk about that blue too much. You're getting back to you. This color is very, very grounding. It's very solid. It's very strong. I know a lot of people, when I say they have brown in their aura, they're like, oh, like shit brown. No, it means that you're very intensely grounded. It also means, and the reason I said don't freak out when I said that you have like a paint consistency energy, here, let me explain that. You have made this decision that you are embarking either on a path, on a quest, or whatever it is. You are embarking on something that is not just, it's what you want to do. It's what you've always wanted to do. You are embarking on this journey, and you're not going to let anything stop you. Because I want you to think about it in this way. If most auras are like watercolor, right? They fade together. They're so beautiful and flowy and so on. And then you have acrylic paint. And acrylic paint, if you were to just pour it without thinning it on a canvas, it's going to be really thick, correct? It's going to overpower that other watercolor, right? It's going to overpower anything else, and you can't see through it. Whereas watercolor, you can make all these layers of color, and they're so beautiful, right? Not with this. You have decided that this is what's happening. You don't give a fuck if anybody likes it or not. And you're going to go on the way that you're going, period. Period. Normally, I would say be careful grounding too much, but I'm not going to say that at all. I'm not. Because I feel like it's needed. I feel like it's like catching up. Does that make sense? Like maybe you feel like these people were keeping you ungrounded for so long that now you're like, I'm going to 100% overground myself. And I'm here for it. I am here for it, Jen. 100% here for it. So yeah, 100% here for it. Just saying. I did not finish Brett's from the other night, but I think that there's a reason. Is Brett here? Because I am going to see Brett this weekend. I'm going to see Brett this weekend. So yeah. And we're going to talk about it then. I feel like there's a reason that it got interrupted when it did. I actually went back and rewatched that live stream on YouTube to try and figure out what it is that yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. Nothing. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. No, this is my other account. I don't use this one a lot. I'm going to start, just saying. But, yeah, I've had this one as long as I've had my other account. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad, Jen. I'm glad. All right. Kelsey is next. This is Kelsey S. Do I have two Kelseys? No, I'm a crack. Don't listen to me. This is Kelsey. Don't listen to me. I'm a crack. All right. What's up, Kelsey? I was almost going to say you have like a target, but you don't. So you have like this, let's just say it's almost a full circle, but part of it is cut off. So you have red, and then you have orange, and then in the middle you have this little yellow dot. But this is like really dark blue, like dark, well, it's not navy because you can still tell that it's kind of a bright blue. We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about that first, actually. This is why you feel ungrounded. This is why you feel like your grounding isn't working, because you have this blue on the bottom like this. Don't stress about it. Don't stress about it. Just keep doing your normal grounding stuff, but don't try to remove this blue yet, because of how deep and rich it is with these colors on top. We're going to talk about them, but because of how rich this blue is down here, it is 100% protecting you from something. I actually feel like this is you. This is your energy. It's not somebody else's energy, but this is something that's also been put in place either by guides or family, ancestors, whatever. This is something that has been put in place to help you. And it does sit like this. It's not like this. It does sit like this, and all that other comes in here. We'll talk about that in a minute as we go. Okay. So you have the red, the orange, and this little ball of yellow. I think that the reason that this is being so hardcore protected, because it actually wraps up a little bit around the other, like that. Like it wraps up around. I hope that makes sense. This is why I like to draw this shit. It wraps up around the other. My sweet friend, your energy is really special. It's really contagious, and it's really infectious. I think that you have seen that the hard way with people. That red, we're talking about the red energy people are go, 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 go. You don't like to waste time. You don't like to sit still. In fact, you have a problem sitting still. You are red people, red energy people are an amazing friend to have, because they're never going to let you not be motivated. They're never going to be like, yeah, you should just sit there and wallow in your own pity. They're going to be like, no, bitch, get up. We're going to go do some shit. Like, no. They're very powerful to make things happen. That orange underneath, and these are like specific layers. They don't blend together at all. Specific layers. That orange means that you've been baking idea after idea after idea after idea, probably to the point that you feel a little crazy lately. Girl, write them down. Write every one of those fucking ideas down, because even if you're like, that is really far-fetched, I am crazy, it's brilliant, I'm serious, write every one of those ideas down. People that have an orange energy, a really vibrant orange energy like that, you cannot stop creating. And sometimes, like, let's say that you can't have this big art studio, where you have like 200 million bazillion feet of painting space. Sometimes our creativity has to fit in the space we have, and it may come out in the form of ideas or whatever. It just, write them down. Okay, write them down. The other thing I'm going to say is orange people, orange energy, let me say this, you will never fit in a box. You won't. You will never fit in a box. And if somebody tries to make you fit in a box, you will be absolutely and utterly miserable. Miserable. So, just in case anybody wants to put you in a box, red flag. Red flag. I'm just saying. The yellow in the middle is intelligence. It's highly focused. It's very intelligent. And I am going to say this. Do not dumb yourself down for anybody. If they can't handle your intelligence, or if they say that you're intimidating, they're not your person. Do not dumb yourself down for anybody else, Kelsey. Even if you're like, well, I kind of feel crazy for cutting this person off because they're a really good person. No, it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It just means y'all are not on the same wavelength. Your wavelength is here. Theirs are all down here. So what sucks when you have an energy like this is that you're alone a lot. You're alone a lot. Because a lot of people are going to find you intimidating. They're going to be afraid to approach you. They're going to be afraid of how you come across. Story time. I dumbed myself down for the longest time for everybody. I've been married twice. For everybody. Anybody I've ever dated, I would dumb myself down. I may have texted my best friend earlier when I was getting my oil change on my car and said, the sheer amount of Neanderthal foreheads that are in here with me right now is staggering. You're welcome for that. But I had this realization that I hated that part of myself. I hated that part of myself. Oh, no, ma'am. Christine, can you get that one? Because if I click on it, it's going to invite them to be a guest. Let me just say, I see you using my face. I see you using my name. Looks like I need to go Blocky McBlockersons on this one as well. Okay. It is the Blue Bodie 230. I mean, at least they're using the good picture of me. I forget that I haven't blocked Bodies on this one. Block a block away. Just saying. Thank you. Oh, Rebecca, I love you. Rebecca says their picture is not good. Girl, yes. I can take some ugly ass pictures. And if I try to make them ugly, it's even better. I think I posted it on my main account. Kelsey, I'll get back to you. I promise. I haven't forgot. I posted this picture. I have a face heating pad for migraines and for the TMJ. I put my glasses on. I made a terrible angle. I went like this. I had my bangs sticking up, and I was like, oh, it's the worst picture. It is great. It is so great. It is so great. I love it. I love it. All right, let's see here. I also love, too, that they use my socials. Okay, man. All right. So, Kelsey, the reason that you feel like you kind of have to dumb yourself down is because your energy is way up here. Most people's is way down here. Okay? Let's talk about that blue just a little bit more for a second. The way that comes up like this, I really feel like it's an ancestor thing because it's very nurturing. There we go. It's very loving, the way that it's like holding this energy in here. Like the way you would hold like a baby chick. You know what I mean? Like you really, really just want to protect it, you know? So you have your hands kind of open, and that's the kind of energy it is. It's all energy and all like protection and love. It also feels like it's a trajectory, like it's helping to push you forward. So I would trust your gut 150%. You have a ton of ancestors that are doing everything they can to just push you forward, to give you that. It's not like that kind of bounce. It's just like this, like up, 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 up. So my advice is going to be this. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, follow the universe where it leads you. And the other thing I'm going to say is this. Learn to be good with being by yourself. Learn to be good with your own presence. Learn to be good with, not dating someone for a long time. Learn to be good with only having like a handful of very close friends, because You are that kind of energy that everyone is going to want to be around you, but they can't handle it when they get that. That's not a bad thing, because people with those kind of energy signatures, they move mountains, they change worlds. Not everybody is here for that. You are. Oh, I love that. I'm my best friend, and so is my husband. I'm convinced my husband is a guy. Oh, I absolutely love that. Well, I hope that that helped. I also felt like you needed confirmation. I also felt like maybe you needed confirmation. So that makes me happy. All right. Kristina and then Misty. What time is it? It's only 1:30? Bet. Aw. Dude, I think everybody has. Don't. Yeah, I feel like everybody has. There have been a lot of days over the last, I don't know, 6 months that I've woke up wanting to Superman punch the entire earth. You know what I mean? Like, so you are not alone. You are not alone. There's been some days I woke up and been like, I do not need the people today. Like, if I tell my team that I don't need to people today, like, it's bad. Because I have, like, customer service persona, you know? But, yeah. But if it's so bad, there's been a few days it's so bad that I text Sass and I say, I don't need the people today. I need you to be my liaison. Or Scarly, I'll text one of them. It's bad. Like, I don't even want to talk to myself. Like, I don't even want to talk to myself. So when that happens, I usually don't get on social media. I don't get on my computer. I don't watch the news. I put on cartoons or I put on music and I clean the house. Clean the house. So, okay, Kristina. Yeah. Let me get a drink. Girl, you're like a tree. When I tap into your energy, it's like I'm looking at a very close up of tree bark. Like, I think it's oak that has the ridges that go in and out like this. So there's like some really dark grays and there's this brown, but they're all going like this up and down. But yeah, you 100%. Sorry to pause again. Hi, Kaz. Y'all, I don't go live with anybody. I appreciate it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to turn that off, because you shouldn't just randomly select somebody to go live. Like, how do you know that I'm somebody you want to go live with? How do you know that there's not some crazy gaggle of witches behind me that will come for your noggin if you treat me bad? How do you know that I am the one you want to go live with? I'm just saying. Yeah, you can in your live settings. I just haven't on this account. But, like, I'm just saying. Oh my God, Lando, that makes me so happy. That makes me so happy. Yes, looking up these colors will help too. The other thing I'm going to say is this. Man, read the room. Read the room. Every time that you come in and do that, it makes my live pause and it makes me have to pause to handle it. And it's not funny. It's not cool, man. I'm going to start screenshotting accounts. You know, Misty, this is going to make Misty giggle. This is going to make Misty giggle really hardcore. I got told a few weeks ago that there are a lot of people that are afraid. I don't want to say afraid, but there's a healthy dose of fear there with me. And I'm like, what? Why? I'm not a scary person. And they're like, well, they're worried you're going to like put them in a jar or some shit. And the more, at first I got kind of like, my feelers got a little hurt because I was like, I'm not that person. And then I got to really thinking about it and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. Because I realized that I travel the US and I have deposited jars in swamps in Louisiana. I've deposited jars in pet cemeteries where there are rumored to be MOB victims. I have deposited jars in the backwoods of the Rockies. I have deposited jars in the middle of the desert in Utah. Like, yeah, I'm that person. Shit. I'm about to deposit jars in a crawl space in an almost 200-year-old church that has a really weird entity in it. Like, somebody not Utah. I mean, when they say, I'm so glad you like the bracelet, Lando. When they say that the nicest people have known the worst that other people can do to them, they're not wrong. Like, they're not wrong. Just saying. Just saying. I don't even know why I said that. Oh, I do, because somebody was popping in here. All right. Kristina. You're like a tree. You have this gorgeous tree bark energy. Like, I just want to touch it. Like, I just want to, I love tree bark. I love feeling tree bark. You know what I mean? Like, I love the ridges and so on. But you have these like gorgeous deep grays. There's a little bit of like really, really like dark chocolate color brown, like almost black chocolate, but not, does that make sense? Y'all know what I'm talking about. The dark chocolate that's so dark, you're like, but is it still brown? Like that kind of dark chocolate brown. And then you have these gorgeous, just normal, like oak colored tree bark brown. The fact that they're going up and down like this, I'm going to say this part first. Don't be a conduit for other people's groundings. Oh my God, I do, Justine. I need to make that. Okay. You're welcome, Lando. We all love you very much. And I'm so glad that you're out of the hospital. I'm so glad that you're out of the hospital. And I'm so glad that you're doing better. I know everybody else here is glad too. We're glad that you're better. I'm sorry you were in there for so long. I'm sorry you were in there for so long. So I just want to show you guys this here. I'm going to take this off. This is something that, because I go to some very, very spooky ass places. I love the witch hat. I got this on Amazon. I'm not going to show it too long because then they're going to flag me for whatever. But I love that it's leather, right? And it gives, and it's pretty fucking strong. But this is a St. Benedict's, seal of St. Benedict. And if y'all don't know who St. Benedict is, I'll let you go look that up. But I sleep in this. It's that comfortable. And it's not very much on Amazon. Not that I sent you a cheap gift, Lando, but I'm just saying I felt like it would help. I notice when I don't wear it. Like, so y'all will notice I have this bracelet on all the time. If you don't know who St. Benedict is or what he stands for, that's your homework. That's your homework for the day. I'm just saying. But Kristina, don't be a conduit for other people's grounding. You are that person that is naturally grounded. You are that person that you naturally bring like this. You bring a strong energy into any situation. And I don't mean strong as in like, I'm going to rule this place. I mean strong as in you help to calm things down. So you're always going to draw people to you that want to siphon that. You're always going to draw broken people to you. So just, Oh my God, we had Sandra Bullock in my life? What? What? I can't. I can't. But you're going to draw people to you that also want to, they want to use that for their own gain. The broken people, though, are the ones that overwhelmingly are drawn to people like this, because they don't want to take the steps themselves to fix themselves. They want someone else to fix them. And they have not realized, and this is something all of y'all need to hear, especially Kristina, you can only help someone as much as they want to help themselves. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. You can never actually fix someone else. And I want you to think about it in this way. If you were a surgeon and someone came in, and let's say they had a hernia, okay? And you are the hernia surgeon of the stars, right? You are like the best hernia surgeon that ever did hernia surgery in the history of hernia surgery, right? You are the it surgeon. You can go in with all of your tools, with all the precision, with all of the scalpels and the lasers, and you can go in with every bit of the most amazing medical technology and fix that hernia, right? But you can't make that thing heal correctly. You can't make the scar heal correctly. You can't make the person go home and not be up on their feet. You can't make them take their medicine. Do you see what I mean? You can be the best surgeon that ever existed, but you cannot fix everything. There's still healing time. There's still medication. There's still, you have to be easy on yourself. You have to eat a certain diet. Do you see what I'm saying? So broken people want that surgeon to fix everything. They want to go in for surgery. They want to walk out of that place completely whole, better than they've ever been, right? Better than they've ever been. But that is not realistic, is it? Is it? So keep that in mind. I had to make myself a little note here. Hang on. I like being Varys from Game of Thrones. I do. I like knowing the things and seeing the things. That gray color that's in all of these gorgeous browns is elegance. It is 100% elegance, Kristina. Like, it's kind of this color gray. People are going to be drawn to that. Good people and bad people. More good people than bad people will be drawn to the elegance. Bad people are drawn to the, I want you to fix me. You are not also responsible for anyone's happiness. You're not responsible for their bills. You're not responsible for any of that. None of it. Keep that in mind, Kristina. You like the things you like. You have all of these amazing ideas and things that you want to do and experience and so on. And no one should hold you back from that. Not even you. Okay? The last thing I want to talk about is this gorgeous, rich, dark chocolate brown. That is not a color I see very often, and I love it. So go celebrate you today. Go, or make a point this weekend. Like, if you don't get paid till Friday, make a point this weekend to go celebrate you, because you have something within you that is You have the power to change people's minds. You have the power to change their path. You have the power to change their whole trajectory. I would not be surprised to know that you have a talent with using words, that you can write somebody a birthday card that makes them cry. I would not be surprised to know that you always have the perfect thing to say to somebody. I would not be surprised to know that. That dark chocolate usually signifies to me that somebody either is a words healer or they have that natural talent and just need to practice it a little bit. So go celebrate you this weekend, Kristina. Go take yourself to dinner, go buy yourself a cookie, whatever. I'm all about cookies today, and I don't need to eat cookies today, but I'm all about cookies. But celebrate you this weekend, Kristina, okay? Oh no, it's Misty Dawn. Misty Dawn is next. Is she still here? Aw, you're so welcome, Christy. This is so spot on and how I've been my whole life. Thank you. A little nervous. Why are you nervous? Here's what, before I like tap in a little bit, I always see you as like a red person. I'm trying not to let that like get in my, because your voice is red, so I'm trying not to let that like get in my head. Because I hear your voice. It's like a deep red that borders on maroon when you get like that little misty growl in there. So I'm like, don't do that. Like, don't let it don't let it taint your reading. Like, yeah. You were like, it's so funny, a determined whirlpool. I don't know how else to explain it. Because when I was like sitting here telling myself, like, her voice is not her energy. Her voice is not her energy. But you have these streaks and they literally go from like right to left like this. And it's like blue, white, green, white, blue. They're like blue, white, and green, right? And they all go like this. But then as I was kind of tapping in, like you have this gorgeous like black swirl that comes down over them like this. You fight really hard with being two people. Like you fight really hard, not in a bad way, but like you fight really hard with being two people. Because what I saw, these right here are one thing, that's the determined aspect. Like that white is always seeking knowledge, that green is, I think if you could not be outside, like my hair is standing up. I think that if you couldn't be outside, I think you would wither away. If somebody was like, you have to be in this room for the rest of your life, I think you would wither away. I think your greatest fear is going to like jail where you can't go outside. And then the blue is interesting because it's like a really strong, what I would consider like, it's a little bit lighter than police uniform blue, if that makes sense. It's a little bit lighter than that. But that is an absolute protective aspect. And like I said, it's like blue, white, green, white, blue. The green is in the middle, but the green is also the biggest one, where the other one's like that. But then this, and it's funny, everything comes from the right over to the left. Which then makes me want to know if you're left-handed, or ambidextrous, because everything goes like that instead of like that. So anyway, you have this, it literally looks like if someone took their hand and went like this and swirled it. And let me just say this. I'm about to block this person. Yeah, turn off. I screenshotted that account. That is the third time this person has done that. You interrupted me again. And yeah. I screenshotted your account. I'm done. So this is interesting. When I see black in someone's aura, it's power. It's personal power. The only thing you have to be careful with, and seeing those other colors underneath, I would never think this about you. I have only, in my entire time of doing energy reads, aura drawings, etc., once, and I have done thousands, once have I ever came across somebody that I was like, oh, you value power over other people. I see that. Not you, Misty doesn't. But like I drew somebody, this was in 2019, that I had a problem holding his hand for a minute. He was not a good guy. He was not a good guy. But so when I see black in someone's aura, it tells me that you have a very healthy dose of personal power. The fact that it comes like this, I mean, it even has like paintbrush lines in it. It's really interesting. You have all these different avenues of personal power that swirl like this. And so like if I'm going to show it, like if I took what I'm seeing and went like this, okay? So this is the green, the blue, etc., and this is the black over it. It's like the swirl goes like this, and then it goes like this into the other part. So you tap in on this, I'm going to say the soft person. You tap in on the soft person. And I don't, that's the only way I can think to explain it. You tap in on that person and you pull it up into this, because that swirl works both ways. What are you looking for? Like, what are you looking for? You have this crazy ass, that swirl. I'm fascinated with the ridges in it because it changes. It looks like, you know, if you were to take your hand in like plaster's a good one, because if it's the right consistency, it'll hold the ridges. So if you were to take your hand in plaster and go like this, it would have the ridges in between the fingers. And so that's what I keep seeing. And they kind of go out a little bit and come back in, but it's like ridges in it. And it goes like that. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be like, what are you looking for? Tell everybody. It's really interesting. So let me say this. No, I don't want you to say it. Because we both know that bitches be bitches. What this swirl is drawing you to do, it's like it's honing in on something, okay? So what this swirl is drawing you to do, you already know to keep that kind of close to your chest. Nobody's gonna touch this. They can't. Because what this swirl is seeking, like what you're looking for, and what you keep pulling on this old experience, what you keep pulling on that, I think that, so black also has a dose of fear in it. And I think that you're taking this like a Rubik's Cube and you're looking every single which way and doing everything you can to block out everything you can. And I would not be surprised to know that over the last 3 weeks specifically, you've walked in, scrolled in, whatever, on videos, conversations, whatever, and it's just been a snippet. And you've been like, I needed to hear that. Like the universe has been giving you the snippets of all. It's like you had a blank Rubik's Cube and you're putting the stickers on it. And the universe has been giving you the stickers like that. What you're building is not something that is touchable. So the fear that comes along with building something, I'm not saying don't put protections in place. I'm not saying don't cover your ass in 900 ways. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying the fear that goes with building something like this in this genre of work. I'm going to say it this way, and I think you're going to know exactly what I mean. Who is the black lady in black? It's like she just popped up to say, I'm here, and then step back. It's interesting. And I don't, like, she's shrouded from head to toe. But when I say black, I don't mean African American. I mean like that. I don't think you should be scared of her, but I think there's a healthy respect there. I don't know who that is, but she just kind of stepped up and then went back when I was talking about fear. So when I call you tomorrow or the next day or whenever we get to talk, remind me to tell you about her. Remind me, because I don't think that it's meant for this platform. So yeah. Yeah. That's a very interesting one right there. Should we just say that? Let me just say that. That's an interesting one. So yeah, remind me, we need to chat about her privately. Yeah, we need to chat about her privately. So for those of you guys that are newer to following me, or you are Yep, we needed to do this first because I don't think that she shows herself to anybody. And it literally was like, she kind of stepped up and then back like that fast. When I got completely distracted from the colors and everything else, like completely distracted. Yep, she just up and back. But let me say this to those of you guys that are new to following me. If you don't know who I am, this is not my main account. This is my side chick account. That's what I'm gonna call it. This is my side chick account. I have been doing this for a very, very long time. I am an energy worker, energy reader. I have multiple forms of synesthesia. I have a lot of celebrity clients, like things like that. Please do not co-read. Even if I was brand new to doing this and I had just started doing it, what you guys do when you co-read is basically tell everybody in the chat that the person doing the reading doesn't know what they're talking about. You would be really, really irritated if someone did that to you. So please don't do it to me, because I have a lot of Taurus mods and they're all very petty and they screenshot everybody's account. They screenshot all the accounts. So just saying. I'm just saying. Is that what you needed to know, Misty? I feel like specifically being able to see those two layers and turning them, like I turned them sideways so I could see them better. I just wanted to make sure that, you know what? I'm not going to make sure, because I think that you need to know what you needed to know. So I'm just saying. You know she has a name, right? She's not a deity. She has a name. Yeah, we need to talk. Yeah, we need to talk. I see why we're friends. Let's just say that. Girl, you're lucky I'm live right now. I'd be like, I'm just saying. I understand now. Because, and I don't know if you remember, like, one of the first times I talked to you or whatever, and I said there's something special about you, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, that's it. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, I love calling this my side chick account. That is 100% what I'm going to call this. I'm going to adjust the thing on it to be my side chick account. Come on now, tell me that's not funny. Tell me that's not funny. The other reason I want you guys to follow this account is because there's a lot of times when we're doing an investigation, I have 3 phones and a tablet. And the tablet and another phone I don't really use a lot. Just because sometimes it's hard to carry that much shit all the time, right? But there's sometimes when I'm live on my main account and I'm live on this account and I'm live on YouTube. So just make sure that you're following everywhere. So that way you get, so when we do the investigation at the new place, at the church, not tomorrow or not this Friday, but next Friday, I will have all different accounts going because I'm going to have them set up in different rooms. That this, when I say this place is big, y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea. So Amy H is next. So Amy, and then Deb is my first one for today. So here's who I have on my list for today. And I am going to let you know, I'm waiting on someone to get here to help me with packing my car because I can't lift some shit. And they just text me and said they're going to be here at 2:30 and it's 1:55. So I'll get off and then I'm going to do laundry and put shit in my belly. And then I'll be back on tonight. I'll be back on tonight to finish you guys up. Yes. With my side chick account. I think I'm funny. So here's who I have on my list for today. Deb, Tabitha, Marie, Verdina, Rena. I'm just going to say them all like that, I guess. Crystal, Mary Kay, Samantha, Sarah, and Lolita. Oh, of course. We have to finish with a schmarkshin name like that. All right. Amy, save me from myself. No. Heather. Heather saved me from myself. I'm sorry. I almost totally forgot about Heather. All right. Ooh, Heather gets some you got some dizziness going on. I don't know if this is vertigo or what, but as soon as I tapped in, like it's vertigo because I feel like I should be doing this. That or you have an ear thing going on. I don't know what's up. I know it's not mine because as soon as I mentioned it, it went away. So it's not mine. But mine doesn't hit me like that either. So whatever that is, just have that on your radar. I would bet left ear irritate. Okay, I was gonna say I would bet that it's ear, just because I felt like I need to do this. Okay. All right. So that aside. Have you ever seen those, my eye's twitching. Have you ever seen those paintings where somebody takes like a bowl of water and they just drop paint in it and they make the ripples, but that's all the colors that ripple out. Like yours is like white in the middle and then pink and then purple and then pink and then purple and then pink and then purple. Like it's like these pink and purple layers with a single like boop of white right in the middle. It's really, really pretty. And they're all like super symmetrical, which tells me that you have a spicy brain because they're like super, super symmetrical. Like they all sit the exact way apart and they just go like ripples like that. It's really, really pretty. And I'm leaning down like this. I can see it in front of me, but it's like, I feel like it's supposed to be like this. I also feel like you radiate this out. Like, you know how you wear a lot of quartz. I feel like you radiate this out. I love it. I think that's why I feel like I need to look at your energy like this instead of like this. Because even though it's everywhere, when you're in public, like you do this and you radiate it out. So things like quartz that amplify all of that. Thank you, Brandon. Hey, Christy. If she just got one and now it shows sold out, then she was probably the last one on my list for today. She's probably the last one. You radiate this out. It's so pretty. You just give off magic vibes. Heather. Okay, so let's talk about the white dot in the middle. because this is where you are the majority of the time. You're like a sponge. You're like a sponge. Like, you just soak in you soak in things. Like every you look at every other person as like an encyclopedia. And so I would bet you are that person that asks the most random questions, and then people are like, what the fuck are you asking me that question for? Yeah, you ask the most random questions, but they're great at the same time. They're great at the same time. And you are constantly learning from everything. I don't think that you're at the point yet where you feel like you want to be teaching a crazy amount of stuff to others. I think that you impart knowledge in an amazing way, but oh, you've learned with learning that not everybody is ready for information. That's a hard realization to come to. It really, really is. It's a hard realization to come to. To be honest, it's one of the reasons that I stopped teaching classes. It's one of the reasons, or not stopped, but for right now, I put a pause on them. But it's one of the reasons that I only will teach expert level practice to someone in person. Like, you're going to come and learn from me like that. Because not everybody is ready to know the things, all the things. And some people will never be ready to know the things, if that makes sense. But this pink and purple, and it's like Barbie pink. It's not like baby pink or bubblegum pink. It's like Barbie pink, right? So it's this gorgeous pink. Like, you are the peacemaker. The purple is more, it borders between lavender and royal purple. So there's a lot of nostalgia there. Like, I would bet that you love old cartoons and things like that. And then there's a lot of, like, you also do a lot of inner child work. Then there's a lot of this other purple, and that's just magic. Like, it's royalty, it's spirituality, it's being in tune and connected. And the fact that these are layers that go out, 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 out like that are absolutely phenomenal. They're gorgeous. And I love that you can take this and then turn it and radiate it out like this. I would bet that you're also like a natural salesman. I would bet that you're also like a natural salesman, because you know the exact right things to say to people, and you make them feel safe, because that's that pink aspect. Okay, let's talk about that for a minute. The pink aspect. You make people feel safe. But the problem with that is it also draws people that are very unsafe for you to you. But the purple has served you really well, because the purple is your intuition. It is like always spot on with everything. So I love that. And I love that there are like rings of these colors around. The purple is really cool. The purple allows you to like talk to people and touch people on a really, really interesting spiritual level. Like, when you get the chance to talk to someone one-on-one without a lot of interruptions or other people around or whatever, you make this intense connection with people. You make a very intense connection with people. Like, they don't forget you when they get to talk to you. I love this. I love it. I mean, I was like, oh, it's like a Target, but it's not. It radiates out, because it's just like if somebody were to just drop like purple, pink, like drop after drop, and they just spread out in the water until it was like that, and then boop, one little white in the middle. I love it. You have like the most gorgeous, the most gorgeous energy. Oh my God. I need to know what you do for a living. Yeah, I need to know what you do for a living, Heather. Girl, how are you a warehouse supervisor? I mean, I can see that, because like I said, that everything is just perfect. Telling me you have a very spicy brain. Everything has to be in its place. You have a small Etsy shop as well. Okay, I was going to say, because you need a creative outlet or you're going to go insane in the membrane. I love this. I like that makes that sound. I don't know what that, I guess it's those two rings clacking together, but I'm here for it. I love it. Did I tell you what you needed to know, Heather? Because I feel like you were curious what I would see. Am I correct? I love it. Well, Amy H is next, and then hopefully this person will be here to help me load this crap in my car. You are welcome so much, Heather. You are welcome so much. I'll have to refresh it, Lando. I'm sure that you did. Let me see here. We'll do Amy, and then I'm gonna go get my car loaded up, and then put some food in my face. Oh, Linda. All right, hold on. So sometimes when I refresh my list, Linda decides that it doesn't need to be in order anymore. We're just gonna do that. We're just gonna do that. Yes, after Lolita is Sherry, Katie, Orlando, and Skylar. I've always liked the name Skylar. I have. I think it's one of those names that's like, I don't know. It's perfect. Does that make sense? Like, hey, Deb. They're supposed to be here at 2:30, so I probably will get back on. They're a talker. I will probably get back on about 4. 4:30 my time. It's 2 o'clock here, depending on how long they talk. I'm being nice. Depending on how long they talk. And then I have somebody that's going to watch my house while I'm gone, that's going to be here at 7 o'clock tonight to kind of meet my dogs and see. YouTube is froze. There's my YouTube. That was weird. Energy reads are much easier for me to do in the car too. So, yes. If y'all didn't make the list today, there is an event up for the next 2 days, and you can grab one of those. I love doing those. I did them the last time that I traveled, and did they're almost like private consultations. I film them because a lot of, if y'all have never done a lot of road tripping, you think you're gonna have self-service. You know, they post like, our self-service works everywhere. It doesn't. I'm just letting you know, it doesn't. I don't care who you have, it doesn't. But video does. Like, I can video some shit while I'm, yeah. That's okay, Tabitha. I can read it. You're Christy's daughter. Aw. So then me saying that I thought Skylar was like a perfect name. Both you and your mom were like, I mean, yeah, I agree. I've known guys named Skylar. I've known girls named Skylar. And I'm just going to say that every person, and I'm sure this is not the case with every Skylar, but every Skylar I have ever met, I thought was cool as shit. I'm just saying. Every Skylar I have personally ever met. And somebody better not come and ruin that for me. I'm just saying. Don't ruin my shit. All right, Amy. Because like my government name is Mandy, and I have only met like one other Mandy that I was like, oh, you are a cool person. Almost every other Mandy I have met is a marcha. I know that not every Mandy is like that, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Heathers are split down the middle. It's so weird. Like I do a lot of Heathers in high school. Half of them were super quiet and calm and nice and sweet and like the bestest friend you could ever have. And the other ones, we're just going to say that. We're just going to say that. So yeah. All right, Amy, before they get here and they're very loud and my dogs are loud. They weren't supposed to be here till later. I thought I had all afternoon to do this. So I'm like, ah. All right. Yes, the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. I love that. I love that one. Yeah. That was kind of me when I was younger. I'm just saying. All right. Amy H. Who has been waiting so patiently. And I've said Amy repeatedly. All right. Okay, so your energy is really interesting. It's pink and red. And it's shaped almost like a flower. Like it kind of has these things that come out like this. But I was like, what is it you're hiding? There's like at the edges, like where the petals kind of come in, there's like yellow back there. I don't know. I feel like you're hiding happiness from, I think, a specific person right now. And I'm kind of not going to tell you not to. It's almost like you don't want to tell them what's up just yet. Trust your gut 100% on that. If your gut's like, they don't need to know this, they don't need to know this. So we're going to just talk about the yellow first because it's underneath everything else. It's like this gorgeous yellow disc that's underneath there. This is like sheer happiness. I don't know what has happened. I think it's either you just got some really good news or you're seeing things start to fall into place, like all the locks tick into place. And I don't know, you feel that something amazing is coming. You just don't want to tell anybody yet. I think that you may have told like one or two people, and I would keep it at that. I wouldn't tell anybody else. In fact, I wouldn't even say anything to the second person you told. Like, they don't need to know any more about it. But I want to touch on the intelligence aspect of yellow too, because there's still a lot of thinking, thoughty things that have to be done with this. And I hope that made sense because I don't know how else to say it. But this yellow disc that's back here, like it's very fine and it's like a record, like it's spinning. There's a lot of things going on, a lot of moving pieces. And I think that if you do tell people that they are going to try to put a thing in it, and that doesn't need to happen. But the yellow, or no, excuse me, the red and the pink is so pretty. They kind of are like, they interchange colors a little bit. So you go from being like hyper motivated, like I am going to run over everything. I can't sit still. I would bet you sit there with your leg twitching. I know you can't see my leg twitching, so I don't even know why I'm doing it. You have to fidget with something. You have to have your leg twitching like you're having a problem sitting still. You go from this like go, 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 go to... And the pink is more of a magenta. That's why they kind of go back and forth between each other. I have a feeling there used to be some other pink in there, but you kind of eradicated that bitch. Like, I think that you had a time where people were taking advantage of you way too much, and you were like, and I'm done. Like, no, I'm just going to eradicate that bitch. I'm not doing it anymore. But the magenta, I love magenta people because they will be the peacemaker until they are not. Does that make sense? Like, they will be the peacemaker until they're done. And so, and this doesn't take very long. Like, pink people will be the peacemaker forever. Like, they will always be the peacemaker. They will always put themselves last. But a magenta person, however, they give you a couple of chances and then they're going to punch you in the gut. Like, that's, like, that's it. And you're kind of switching back and forth between that. And I think that the balance that you've got going on right now between the energy and the go, 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 rush, 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 rush. I think that coupled with this other magenta color, because the magenta is like when you come up against a wall with where you're going. Dude, I feel like you're like running 900 miles an hour down a highway that you've been you feel like you've been held back from this highway for so long, and now that you're on it, you're like, bet, and you just are running wide open. So you're going to come up against like obstacles, right? And so the obstacles are when this magenta comes out. And this is, all right, let me see how I can help you with this. Let me see how I can, you know, like what we can do to work this out. And then when they don't want to do that anymore, you're like, okay, fine, I'm just going to run you over. I'm just going to run you over. So I love this. It's like this gorgeous, crazy flower. I can't wait until everything comes to fruition and you can allow that yellow to come up a little more. But I am going to say, don't, that first person that you told about this idea, about this yellow, you know what I'm talking about? The first person you told about that, I wouldn't say too much more. Even if this is like best friend, spouse, whatever, I wouldn't say too much more. But the second person you told, they don't need to know anymore. I don't know why I feel like that, but they don't need to know anymore. Period. Not until everything is set in stone. It's like not until you're past a specific mile marker in the highway and there's no turning back. You know what I mean? Like, they don't. Okay, good. I'm glad that makes sense. I'm like, God, I sound crazy. But I mean, look what I do for a living. So there's that. Like, look what I do for a living. All right. So, all right. I'm going to get off of here for right now, and I'll be back on in a little bit. We'll probably do this in spurts, but I will say that if I don't get to you today, oh, you're getting a video reading, bitches. You're getting a video reading in the car, and it's going to be great. I'm just saying. Because in the car, I can say all of the things I want to say, and I don't have to be filtered for the talk tick. I'm just saying. I'm just saying what I'm saying. All right. If you guys do not follow me on YouTube, please, please, please make sure that you do.